day in the Cape League sets the stage for game number 22, maybe 23, depends on how you want to call it, after yesterday's rainout in Falmouth, as Wareham today takes on Hyannis in a big West Divisional matchup. Dan Shalam with you alongside Joe Henry here on the Cranberry Federal Credit Union pregame show. Now, the reason I say depends on how you want to count it, Wareham got through 2.5 innings yesterday, led in the bottom of the third 3-0, but that game in Falmouth postponed to Monday due to rain, so that is not an official result. No stats go down yet. But Joe, what did you like the most yesterday from that squad? They got out to a very hot start.
Yeah, I mean, getting out to that hot start is the biggest thing, and I thought we saw a really great balance between power and contact and patience, something that just hasn't come together, all three of those elements for this offense this year. You had a guy in RJ Hamilton swinging for the fences his first AB. Then you had a guy in Cohen Nicolai who has struggled with the strikeout, who has struggled with the contact numbers, being very patient, going from behind the count to work a walk in the first, and then Dylan Dubovic, who had been really struggling, breaking out of a 1-for-25 slump with a 2-run bomb. So a lot of positive signs for the offense. You had another great start going from Jordan Stevens. Of course, the rainout complicates things. The bullpen still taxed, but since nobody had to come in, it's kind of like an off day. So an interesting chance for the Gatemen to kind of readjust. Now you're playing a game every day until the All-Star break. So this is a huge stretch for this team.
So that game will resume on Monday in the bottom half of the third with Wareham leading 3-0, but we're going to have to wait on that one. I'm glad you brought up the All-Star game. I'm glad you brought up RJ Hamilton. He was someone that was named to the All-Star squad. Hamilton, Levi Clark, Mark Brissy, Ethan Bioto, the four from the Wareham Gatemen. Really four guys that have stood out this season.
Absolutely. And the thing that I've talked about the most the past week is consistency from this unit. In the 5 games this team has won, there has been a deep level of consistency up and down the lineup, from starter to bullpen. The games they've lost, it's usually been some great contributions and then some that have fallen short. And it's those 4 guys that I think have been the most consistent players on this team all summer, game 1 to game 22.5.
Well, RJ Hamilton had a leadoff home run last night and also did it against Bourne. The third member of our crew, CeCe Gabriel, is standing by with RJ after his All-Star nod.
Thanks, guys. Here with Gateman infielder RJ Hamilton. RJ, you've just been added to the roster for the All-Star team within the CCBL. What would RJ in preseason have to say about this?
Yeah, not surprised. Just the work I put in. It's just a blessing to be recognized and for this opportunity. Just to be able to have my goals coming into it and be able to accomplish it is amazing. So very thankful.
Well, you're one of the few rising seniors on this team. Your contributions have been outstanding for the Gatemen. What's your leadership style?
Yeah, I'm up this go around for the Cape, but it's just awesome opportunity to kind of interact with the younger guys and offer any advice, any help that I can that they want. So, but it's just a blessing. Like, it shows maturity. Just to be able to go out here and compete each and every day with these guys, it's been fun.
Well, a division matchup today and accumulating points in the West Division is going to be huge the next few games. What's your mentality?
Yeah, I think the guys are finally turning it around, and I feel like we're on that clip and just reaching for the betterment of this team. But a win today will just spark a lot of momentum going forward. I know we had a rain delay yesterday, but we were, on the up, and our offense was clicking. So I just think that'll make for good momentum going in today for the win.
Well, wishing you the best, guys. Back to you.
Thanks so much, CeCe. Excited for your reporting throughout tonight's game. One person that wasn't mentioned among the All-Star selections, Cohen Nicolai. He'll be in the Home Run Derby, and he has been smashing the ball this season.
He absolutely has. It was great to see him on the flip side draw a walk yesterday, but the home run against Chatham 2 days ago, he actually is tied for the league lead in homers now. He's top 10 in RBI, and he's back in the lineup today in the 3-hole, chance to do some more damage.
So we talked about the offense. How about the pitching today? Wade Walton getting the nod. He has really been a very consistent pitcher among this staff as of late for Wareham.
Yeah, we talk about consistency. This is really the only guy who was in the starting rotation to begin the season who's still here and still pitching and probably is going to be here all season. And all he's done is get better with every start. His last start was his best start. He went 4 innings scoreless until he got roughed up a bit in the 5th. Previously, he had a lot of trouble in the first 2 innings, so look for him to continue his early game success. And now the challenge is going going to be mixing things up and attacking hitters the second time through and giving this Gatemen team some length.
Certainly going to look to use it as Wareham looks to break a 2-game losing streak. Obviously put the asterisk up there with yesterday's game still having to be completed. But regardless, going into today, Wareham sitting 4 games back of the final playoff spot. So this is a big one in the West Division against Hyannis. We'll have first pitch coming your way after this.
We are set to go for Saturday Night Baseball at Spillane Field with Dan Shalam. I'm Adam Hipsky. The Gatemen welcome the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the second time this season, and we're so excited to have you along with us. Welcome inside the booth. Dan, should be a fun one tonight. Forecast looks clear after Wareham couldn't get a full 9 innings in yesterday.
And that was a game where they started really hot as well, are currently leading 3-0 in the bottom half of the third. That game will be resumed on Monday. But all the attention is here tonight on Hyannis in what is a pivotal West Division matchup. Wareham currently trailing 4 games back of Cotuit for that final playoff spot. Things are starting to get important results-wise.
And for the Gatemen, we just mentioned it, didn't get to play the full 9 innings yesterday. They had a 3-0 lead over the Commodores, and a large part of that was RJ Hamilton, a leadoff home run. Dan, I know you've got your eye on him today.
He just loves the leadoff spot.
Yep.
Has had 2 home runs there in just the past week against Bourne, and then he gets a home run. Dubovic did a 2-run shot. You see it right there. It was a high drive. Really nice job by him. You're just looking for him to keep producing. He was really good in that game against Falmouth. He was just named as an all-star, 1 of 4 for this Wareham team. He's really been a standout.
On the Hyannis side, a guy that's batting towards the top of the order, but not in the leadoff spot. He hits cleanup. It's the shortstop on his way to Georgia Tech, Jordan Lodice.
He has been hot as of late. Went 2 for 5 in that game against Harwich, and then the day before, 2 for 4. So he has had 2 hits in each of his last 2, and he's had a double RBI in those. He's just a power guy who really likes to swing to contact. He was a part of the all Big 12 freshman team this past season. That earned him a promotion to Georgia Tech after playing with UCF this past year. So this Hyannis squad has been fueling themselves lately. They're 6-4 over their last 10. And do remember, these 2 teams were tied at the bottom of the standings for a good while. Hyannis has really picked up the slack, kind of doing what Wareham has failed to do.
Hyannis and Jordan Lodice trying to pick up another win tonight and move to 3-0 this season against the Gatemen. First pitch is right around the corner here on Cape League TV. We'll step aside. Wade Walton to the hill when we come back.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Top of the first between the Gatemen and Harbor Hawks. We welcome you back to Spillane Field. With Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky, the right-hander from Wade Walton, set to toe the rubber for another start.
He's really turned into one of the best for this Wareham pitching staff. So far this season, this is 5th start of the year. So far this season, 15 2/3. He has a 6.32 ERA. In his last start against Bourne, he was magnificent. Pitched 4 1/3 of no-run ball, but then it got a little bit tricky for him down the stretch against the Braves. Gave up 3 earned runs, but he really looked so solid throughout the first portion of that game, and Wareham went on to win that game, and that's what you want to see. He provided them a quality start, allowed the offense to work. You're looking for that same length from Wade Walton today.
Facing a Hyannis lineup that is solid, starting to play better as of late. Still towards the bottom of the Cape League in batting average. 8th in batting average with a .222 mark, and also 8th in the league in runs per game. It starts with Matt Einish, the third baseman, out of the windup. First pitch from Wade Walton is a fastball called a strike. A little bit late here at Spillane Field, a 6:03 first pitch, but we are underway, and it's an 0-1 count on Hyannis out of West Virginia State. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikes to start Wade Walton's day. Up against Hyannis, batting .313. Top the leadoff spot for Mitch Carricker. The 0-2. Breaking ball popped. Third game in the leadoff spot for Hyannis. Batting from the left side. Plenty of left-handed hitters in this Hyannis lineup. Another one swung on and looping foul. Out of play, and once again, strike two.
Adam, when you look at this game and the last time that these two teams played here at home, it was a 5-0 win for Hyannis. They were just shutting down Wareham. Obviously, that was a month ago at this point.
The 0-2. Outside for ball one.
But you wonder, with the way that Hyannis is playing lately, and Wareham kind of getting some of that momentum stopped yesterday when they were playing really well at Falmouth, who's going to come out on top here? This is a really interesting matchup.
1-2, fouled off again. It's exactly what Hyannis needs to do in that leadoff spot. Foul off a ton of pitches. Stay alive.
Can you ask for much more but a 7-pitch at-bat from your leadoff guy?
So the 1-2 comes home. Grounded right side, and another one spoiled foul. Really good stuff from the leadoff man, Hyannis. His 10th game of the summer. Imagine Wade Walton will see all three lefties. At least that would be the minimum in the top of the first. 1-2. Another one where Hyannis stays alive. Walton's longest start of the summer, 4 2/3. That was his last time out. Right now, having to see a ton of pitches.
It's impressive. He's being forced to throw his whole arsenal in the first at-bat. This is going to pay dividends for Hyannis.
1-2. Breaking ball tails low. Walton primarily 4 pitches. Fastball, curveball, changeup, and a slider. 2-2. This one finally put in play. Lira takes it himself to the bag, and there is one away. Hyannis' defensive alignment today. It's Will Fosberg catching the balls and strikes. Excuse me, on the other side. We're still on the top of the first, and it's Levi Clark as the catcher. Cade Elam and Henry DeGiorgio, two guys that have kind of become mainstays on the left side of the infield for the Gatemen. Noah Sheffield back at second, a utility guy for Wareham, being moved to the infield today. It's the first pitch to Jax Jimenez. It's strike one. And then Tony Lira, who we just saw at first base. It's an infield that's gotten a lot better as this season has progressed, Dan.
They've cleaned it up overall, really. Defensive errors have not been a problem for this team lately. And that's something that really hurt them early on. They were losing games because of the way the defense was being played, but it's looked a lot sharper.
In the outfield, R.J. Hamilton plays left, Dylan Dubovic in center, and Foster Apple rounds out the 9 in right field. 1-1 misses low. Jimenez ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Left fielder out of Oregon, a switch hitter, but facing the righty Walton, batting from the left side. 2-1. Downstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike.
I don't think it can be overstated how key of an at-bat that was from Hyannis to start the game. 10 pitches from Wade Walton really made him work for that first out, and you can see him now struggling a little bit against Jimenez.
And we'll see how fatigue plays into the rest of this inning. Deals a strike, and now the count is full.
Just a lot of pitches early on.
Walton with a deep breath. The payoff. Grounded foul. Hyannis. The outs, I guess, just out so far, but they haven't come easy for Wade Walton.
I mean, he's already up to 16 pitches, and this is just his second batter of the ball game. It's been a really nice job by these Hyannis hitters. They clearly had a game plan coming into this one, executing it so far.
Still a full count. Walton shakes off one side. Now out of the windup, comes home. Fly ball, right center field. Dubovic under it and makes the play. 2 up, 2 down, but plenty of pitches used from Wade Walton. That was his 17th of the inning.
It doesn't matter. I mean, he's got 2 outs, but still good looks from the Hyannis side of things in the way that they're approaching at the plate. Walton doing enough right now, which is the key. And listen, he can throw 30 pitches in this first inning. He's still right now on the cusp of a 1-2-3.
Brings up Caden Miller, the designated hitter out of UTSA. First pitch is the slider inside. All AAC first team. One-0. Called strike in her third. A well-deserved first-team selection. Led the team in OPS, over 1,100. 1-1 outside. Was second on the team in batting average and second in the conference, only to his teammate Drew Detlefson, who was the American Player of the Year. The 2-1 is hit on the ground right side, just foul. Era tried to attack, but it rolls right, and the count 2-2. Wareham had a 3-0 lead yesterday against Falmouth before rain came in, halted that game. 2-2. Called strike 3. A delayed call from our home plate umpire, Jake Brickta, but he rings up Caden Miller, and Wade Walton faces the minimum in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors in the field. Nobody left on base. Hyannis nothing. Wareham to swing it for the first time this evening. RJ Hamilton, Levi Clark, Cohen to Clyde, the minimum. When we return on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Bottom of the first at Spillane Field. Wareham trying to strike early. To do so, they'll have to do it against the starter, Ryan Bosch, the righty out of Wake Forest.
Bosch, a lefty, and he's a huge dude. 6'8", 250. So he is a menacing figure out there on the bump. That is for sure. He has started a couple of times already this season, has appeared a couple times out of the bullpen, but the last 2 have been starts. Went against YD on July 4th. 3 innings of 1 hit, 1 run ball in that with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. He struggled to begin his college career, but shoved as a high-leverage, late-inning reliever towards the end of the season. 11 of his last 12 were scoreless appearances. So a skilled lefty out of Wake Forest that Wareham's going to look to jump on early.
It's 8 righties, 1 lefty in the lineup for the Gatemen today. R.J. Hamilton, Levi Clark, Cohen Naklai due up in the bottom of the first. Out of the windup, Osh's first pitch misses outside. 3-pitch mix for the southpaw, fastball, cutter, and a slider.
And it's primarily fastball at 70%, so that's what Wareham's going to have to catch up to today.
The 1-0. Cut on and missed. Ball and a strike. R.J. Hamilton just selected to the Cape League All-Star team today.
He deserves it. Had that leadoff blast yesterday. He's been swinging it well lately.
It hasn't gone down officially in the stats yet. The 1-1 is roped out to left, down for a base hit. R.J. Hamilton did have his 8-game hit streak snapped a couple of days ago against Chatham, but that's now 9 hits in his last 10 games.
He's been great, and he has been producing at the top of the order for this lineup, which is all that you could want right now. Started off with the home run yesterday, and now gives Levi Clark a chance to do something here, a guy who's been also really hot lately, and another all-star for Wareham.
1-2 right now for Ryan Smythe. Both will play on the west. First pitch goes slider, bends into the zone, and it's strike 1. Clark's starting to swing it much better as of late. It's a slow start. Currently sporting a 6-game hit streak. The 0-1 fouled out of play. Clark behind 0-2.
This is just what you want. R.J. Hamilton at first, a speed threat. You might think about putting him into motion at some point in this at-bat, putting a runner into scoring position. Really key today that Wareham strikes first.
Hamilton, a stolen base threat over there on first. And now a check. Saw Hamilton start to lean towards second, but advantage for Ryan Bosch, the lefty, that he can just go over there, doesn't have to turn and fire. Makes it much harder to run on. The 0-2. Flied out to left. Liam Barrett comes in, has to sprint, a diving grab. It is caught. Our home plate umpire, Jake Brickta, ruled fair initially and then threw the arm up. And Liam Barrett just stole a base hit from Levi Clark.
That was nasty. Full extension, grabs it right before it hits the ground. You see it there. That's a clean catch. Really nice play out there in left field. Definitely stole a base hit there from Levi Clark.
So Hamilton was pretty much on second. And then Barrett made the catch. He had to sprint back. Brings up Cohen Naklai, who will also participate in the All-Star Weekend in the Cape League, but in the Home Run Derby. First pitch, cutter outside. Counts 1-0. Naklai with 4 long balls this summer. His last one came against Chatham on Thursday night in the 4-2 loss to the Anglers. The 1-0. Runner on the move. Pitch called a strike. A really good throw from Fosberg, but it's not in time.
Hamilton just with a really good jump there. Got off the bag. You couldn't ask for anything more from Fosberg. Delivered a strike, but Hamilton simply beat him to the bag. As you look at it here, dart, but Hamilton's in there safely.
Pretty good throw from Fosberg. 10th stolen base attempt off the catcher this year. And another one. Throw over to third, gets away from Einish. Stays in the infield, and Hamilton steals second, steals third. And Naklai is in a 2-strike count, but if he lifts it to the outfield, Wareham could score first here.
This is what Hamilton likes to do. He likes to be active out there on the base paths. Now, that one was going to be a little bit closer if the throw was online, but Fosberg pulled it out. And now, great job by R.J. Hamilton, and this is what Wareham needs to do, manufacture runs.
1-2. Outside, gets away from Fosberg. Hamilton sprints in, and Wareham strikes first. Hamilton advances 90 feet in 3 pitches. And the Gatemen are on the board first, 1-0.
Amazing job just forcing mistakes from this Hyannis defense. Obviously, that's unacceptable if you're Hyannis to let a runner steal 3 bags on 3 straight pitches. That one, I believe, should go down as a wild pitch, and yes, it does officially. So 2 stolen bags for Hamilton. Amazing job.
2-2. Outside, Nikolai works the count full. Drew a walk yesterday in his lone plate appearance against Falmouth. Was sent home after the home run from Dylan Dubovic. Gatemen do have a 3-0 lead when that game resumes on Monday. 3-2 on the way. Cut on and missed. Good bounce back from Ryan Bosch after giving up the pass ball, and Hamilton came home. Sits down Nikolai, and there's 2 gone.
Bosch just using his pitch mix to his advantage there with the slider. Makes him wave. Nice job. 2 down, and Dylan Dubovic at the plate, a guy who also went long in that game yesterday.
Bases clear. First pitch. Looks at a fastball at 92. As Hyannis lines up defensively. We've talked about Will Fosberg. He was tested pretty early. 2 for 11 now on stolen base attempts after a couple of swiped bags from RJ Hamilton. Count level now on Dubovic, 1-1. Matt Einish, the third baseman. Jordan Lodis plays short. At second, it's Taylor Kirk. And the first baseman out of USC, Andrew Lamb. It's the 1-1 from the windup. Comes home from Bosch. Called strike. 1-2. Liam Barrett, the left fielder, who made that spectacular grab early on. And then Jax Jimenez and Henry Zener. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts in the first inning for Ryan Bosch. But Wareham puts 1 on the board. It's 1 run on 1 hit. No errors in the field and nobody left on base. Through 1, Gatemen lead it 1-0.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Wade Walton back to work for the top of the second at Spillane Field, trying to sit down the Harbor Hawks lineup in order. Once again, he did so in the first inning, but Dan trying to do so with a little bit more efficiency this time around, facing the 4, 5, 6 guys.
Yeah, he threw 22 pitches in that first. It was a lot of work for him, but see what he has here.
First pitch to Jordan Lodis. Called strike inside corner. Lodis swinging an extremely hot bat lately. Shortstop from UCF was selected to the All Big 12 freshman team and went into the transfer portal. He swings and grounds it on a hop to Elam. Squares up, goes on to first. It's in time. 4 up, 4 down. Really good start for Wade Walton.
It's great stuff from Wade Walton right now. You really couldn't ask for anything more. Wareham helping him out offensively, and in the last game for Wade Walton too, 4 innings pitched, gave up just 2 hits before things got sticky in that 5th inning. Also had 6 strikeouts, so he's a guy that loves to start off hot.
Brings up Andrew Lamb, the 4th righty that Wade Walton has seen today. First pitch slider low. Just 2 right-handed hitters in this Hyannis order. 1 switch hitter, who is Jax Jimenez, who we already saw. 1-0. Really good-looking slider from Wade Walton. Tails into the outside corner, and the count's 1-1.
Just feels like he's in a groove right now.
1-1. Bottom rail just low. Count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Lamb in his 4th game of the summer here with Hyannis. It's the 2-1 from the windup. And on the ground and foul. Lamb trying to fill the void left by John Embury, who was really, really good for this Harbor Hawks team. Catcher and first baseman from Florida Gulf Coast on his way to Florida out of the transfer portal. The 2-2 was cut on and missed. Wade Walton collects his 2nd punch out of the game. There's 2 away in the 2nd.
He's just dealing right now. He's really using his breaking stuff to complement the rest of his arsenal, and that's really all you can ask for right now from Wade Walton. Sure, he threw a lot of pitches in that 1st inning. It doesn't really matter. He's retired 5 in a row to start the game.
And this next pitch to Will Fosberg will be his 30th. It comes home. Just outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Walton's 23rd strikeout of the summer. Leads Wareham, top 5 in the Cape League. The 1-0 check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Appeal to Connor Tierney, our third base umpire, and now Will Fosberg's even in the 1-1 count. Catcher from Northeastern. Called strike. He's behind 1-2. Teammates with Wareham shortstop Henry DeGiorgio. Fosberg in just his 10th game of the summer for the Harbor Hawks. The 1-2. Misses low. Tried to get a chase. Fosberg holds a swing. Hyannis at 10-12. Wareham a 5-16 record. Much better at home than on the road. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wade Walton, and he is motoring through this Hyannis lineup. Another clean frame. No hits, no runs, no errors in the field. Nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. When we return, it's Foster Apple, Katie Elam, and Tony Lira due up for the Gatemen on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
As we've hit the bottom of the 2nd at Spillane Field, Adam Hipsky alongside Dan Shalam, 5-6-7, due up for the Gatemen, a trio of righties against the lefty, Ryan Bosch, who gave up the leadoff single to R.J. Hamilton. And as the left fielder from Duke motored around the base paths with 2 stolen bases, took home on a pass ball, and that's how we've arrived at our 1-0 score.
But really, Bosch looked great in the last 2 hitters, struck out Naquai and Apple to end off the inning. Found his flow after those first 2 ABs.
First pitch to Apple. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
They're just looking for Wareham to kind of break up this little stretch that Bosch has found himself in here.
0-1. Flared right side, teetering on the line, and just foul. Joe Gravina, our first base umpire, had the best look. As we take another peek, it's right on the line. Gravina says foul, and Apple back to the right-handed batter's box in an 0-2 count.
And that would have been just the start that Wareham would need here in the second to start tacking on more runs, but matter of inches right there.
It wasn't a hard hit ball, but where it was placed, if that's fair, you almost think potentially extra bases for Apple. But instead, an 0-2 count. Bosch into his windup. Spoiled foul left side. 0-2 count against Bosch. Just finished up his freshman season at Wake Forest. The 6'8", 250-pound rising sophomore. Really struggled to begin his college career, but started to play his way into a higher leverage role, late innings reliever towards the end of the season. 0-2 misses up and in. 1-2 on Apple. Did get some NCAA tournament experience, pitched against West Virginia in the regional. Tossed 2 innings of scoreless ball out of the pen for the Demon Deacons. 1-2. Tails away. Apple leveled in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He just sequences so well. That's what makes him so effective. And you saw it on the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. He can come inside. He can go out. Just tough pitcher to face.
See what he does in the 2-2. Lined right side, down for a base hit. Foster Apple punches it opposite field, and back-to-back leadoff singles for the Gatemen offensively.
There you go. Foster Apple getting it started, and he really should have had a base hit on the first one. That went just foul, so ball doesn't lie there. It finds the outfield grass, and good to see from Foster Apple.
A really nice battle from Apple. It was in an 0-2 count. Got a pitch that he liked. Now Cade Elam, runner on first, and a check over on Apple. Probably the next best base stealing threat in this Wareham lineup today behind Hamilton. 2 guys that have reached for the Gatemen today. Bosch goes home. Fastball high at 91 miles an hour. After giving up the leadoff single to Hamilton in the first, Bosch retired 3 straight Gatemen hitters, but it was the base running from Hamilton that was ultimately the difference. Capitalizing on the 1 passed ball. 1-0. Up and in. Another fastball at 91.
It's good stuff from Cade Elam, who really has been seeing the ball so much better than he did to start off the year. Has been an impact player, and this is what he does now. And this is what he did this past season at Louisville. Work deep into counts and wait for his.
He's recorded hits in 7 of his last 8 games. The 2-0. Lined up the middle. Barrett comes in. It hangs up. Hauls it in for the first out.
That was a nice piece right there from Elam. Just hit straight out into center field, but still, hard hit ball. Put some nice wood on it. Can't be too upset about it.
It's Tony Lira now, the first baseman from Arizona. The lone Wildcat on the Gatemen after Nate Nowitzki's departure. Both Nowitzki and Lira from U of A named to the Big 12 All-Freshman team. The pitch comes home to Lira. First offering is outside for ball one. Jordan Lodis, the Hyannis shortstop, was also named to that Big 12 all-freshman team after a solid first season with UCF. Plenty of young talent here on the Cape. Over to first, Apple back standing. Lira, last time he was at home, roped a 2 RBI double against YD back on the 8th. One out. Cut on and missed. Fastball at 90 miles an hour, and the count's 1-1. Lira, it's been an up and down season for him. 6'2", rising redshirt sophomore. See, it's this one on a line. Right center field, could be trouble. Past the outstretched reach of Henry Zener. Apple on his way to third, and a double for Tony Lira. Back-to-back home games where Lira's recorded extra bases, and the Gatemen are in business. 2 on, both in scoring position with just 1 out in the bottom of the second.
That was really good from Tony Lira. Just finds the gap in right center. A diving attempt from Zener. He can't make the play. Barrett was there to pick it up, made a nice throw, but it was too late to get to second. And now the Gatemen are in business. Noah Sheffield with a prime RBI opportunity to take an early lead here, or a bigger lead than you already have.
Sheffield in just his 5th game with the Gatemen. Yet to record an RBI, takes a first pitch breaker on the outside corner for strike 1. Two on. The 0-1 outside. Sheffield, the second baseman from Florida State out of the transfer portal. Going from Tallahassee to Ann Arbor. Announced his commitment to Michigan just last week. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. At Sheffield, it's been a busy offseason since he finished up his spring with the Seminoles. Was late to arrive on the Cape after getting his wisdom teeth taken out, and then took a visit to Michigan. So the 2-1 comes home. Another slider that settles in middle. Sheffield looks at it. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was nasty right there from Bosch. And you really got to work hard here if you're Sheffield to keep this count going.
1 out. Pitch. Inside. Nice sliding effort by Will Fosberg, the catcher, to prevent that one from getting to the backstop. We saw it in the first inning. Hamilton took home after a ball got by the catcher. That time keeps it in front of him. 3-2. First base open. Bosch kicks and deals. Outside. Bases are loaded. Sheffield draws his 4th walk of the summer in just 5 games. And the Gatemen have the bases loaded, and Henry DeGiorgio, the lone left-handed hitter, stepping to the plate for the Gatemen.
Mound visit first. Want to talk things over. Now, here's the one advantage if you're Hyannis. Finally, Ryan Bosch gets to face a lefty. He'd faced 8 straight righties to start off this game from this Wareham lineup. So just talking some strategy here. Obviously, this is a big spot for Henry DeGiorgio, who has been very good recently with RBI scenarios. So, honestly, despite the left-on-left, a guy that you want up here.
The last game DeGiorgio played in was against Chatham. That was on Thursday. It was one of his 2 multi-hit games of the summer, and he did drive in a run. It was an infield single deep in the hole between third and second. Steps in with the bases loaded and just 1 out. Left on left, the first pitch. 92-mile-an-hour fastball clips the zone for strike 1. First at-bat of the summer for Henry DeGiorgio with the bases loaded. From the windup, tapped foul. DeGiorgio behind 0-2. R.J. Hamilton is on deck for Wareham. Singled and scored in the first. Gatemen leading it 1-0. Bottom of the second, trying to break this one open. Big opportunity for DeGiorgio here.
And that was a miss on that last pitch. That slider was middle.
0-2. Cut on and missed. Half-hearted swing from the shortstop out of Northeastern. And now Bosch just 1 out away from stranding the bases loaded.
Oh, and that's what he can do to lefties. That slider, if you're DeGiorgio, is so hard to resist. It's coming cross-body, looks a strike for about 90% of the time, and then just drops out at the end. And you could see it. He knew he wanted to check it at the end, but it was too late.
First pitch to R.J. Hamilton. Breaking ball. Dips into the zone for strike one. Hamilton trying to pick up his second hit of the game. Has 3 multi-hit games this summer. The 0-1. Grounded, left side, through for a base hit. 1 run is in. Stop sign given to Tony Lira, and the bases are still loaded. It gets away from Fosberg for a moment. Lira wanted it, started creeping down the line, but he stays put, thinks better. And Wareham has a 2-0 lead after the RBI single from R.J. Hamilton.
Just a nice piece, and it was similar to his at-bat that started off the game. Just a hard-hit ball into left field, and Lodis had no chance. And now this is a dangerous at-bat if you're Hyannis. You do not want to be going against Levi Clark with the bases juiced.
Clark, 6 extra base hits, 5 have been doubles, 6 runs driven in. First pitch he swings, loops it right side, hooking out of play, and it's strike one. This past spring with Tennessee, Clark hit a grand slam against Samford. That was in late February. Doesn't have a home run yet. Cape League All-Star just announced today. The 0-1. Slider low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clark flew out to the left fielder, Jax Jimenez. His first time up. It's a spectacular play. The 1-1 comes home. Grounded right to the shortstop, Jordan Lodis. Flips on to second, and the side is retired. Ryan Bosch works around a jam, but not before Wareham puts up its second run of the game. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors in the field, and 3 runners left on base. Through 2 at Spillane Field. The Gatemen have a 2-0 lead.
Hey, Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Top of the third at Spillane Field. Wade Walton has gone 6 up, 6 down. Trying to move with that same efficiency as we start the top of the third against the 7-8-9 hitters. Henry Ziener, Taylor Kirk, and Liam Barrett 2 up for Hyannis in a 2-0 game. Starts with the right fielder from USC Upstate. Ziener digs in, first pitch. Fastball in the zone, strike one.
And Walton has made easy work of this first 6. Hasn't allowed a hit yet. 3 strikeouts. He's been magnificent.
Yeah, 1. This is low. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Downstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. A similar miss for Wade Walton. First time these two teams met back on June 14th. Zehner was the leadoff hitter. Went 0 for 4. 2-1. Lined up the middle, down for a base hit. First single of the day for Hyannis. First base runner of the day. And comes to the leadoff man, Zehner, in the top of the 3rd.
That was just a pure piece of hitting right there from Zehner. Lines it straight back up the middle. That ball also was in that inner 3rd. So a nice job by him to get down there, dig it out, lift it up. And we'll see how Wade Walton deals with his first traffic of the day.
Trying to work around it. Faces Taylor Kirk. He's second baseman from Fordham. First pitch, called a strike. Walton dials up the sinker. It is 0-1. Kirk batting 167 this summer. The 1 away. Coming off a 1 for 5 day yesterday. Batted leadoff. 1-1. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Did strike out a couple of times against Harwich. On his way to UCLA out of the transfer portal. Two-1. On the ground, DeGiorgio goes to second for 1. Sheffield thinks better and elects to swallow it at second. So Kirk reaches on the fielder's choice, 1 out.
There was no play over there at first base. So a nice, responsible decision from Noah Sheffield just to hold that. And really a good play to begin with from DeGiorgio to get over there, backhand it, turn, get to second in time.
Brings in Liam Barrett. Center fielder from UC Santa Barbara. Walton sets, delivers. First pitch popped up. Lira into the sun. On the line, makes the catch. Tracked it all the way. Back-to-back hitters retired, and there's now 2 down in the 3rd.
And that's exactly what you want from Wade Walton after the leadoff single. 2 straight outs. He's not letting that phase him. Has to go against the top of the order here, but he's still looked very much in control.
Lineup card turns over. Matt Einish, third baseman from West Virginia. Grounded out to the first baseman, Lira, his first time up. Pitch. Outside. Change up at 83, and the count's 1-0. Einish out of the transfer portal. Pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Started his college career at Ohio. Batted .387 for the Bobcats. Moved into the Big 12 with West Virginia. 2-0. High fly ball, deep to right field. Apple back. Camps under it, and he makes the catch. After a leadoff single, Wade Walton retires the side in 3 straight batters. No runs, 1 hit, no errors in the field, 1 runner left on base. Wareham has a 2-0 lead and set to send the heart of its order to the plate when we return on Cape League TV.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops.
The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
Ready to roll for the bottom of the third at Spillane Field. Wareham with a 2-0 lead, and it's 3-4-5 hitters coming to the plate in this half inning. Cohen Nicolai, Dylan Dubovic, and Foster Apple against the starter Ryan Bosch, who has allowed a run in each of his first 2 innings, Dan.
And he was in trouble in that last inning as well. Left the bases loaded after giving up just 1 run, so Wareham has been close to blowing this one open early, but hasn't had the big hit yet. But they've certainly made Bosch uncomfortable.
Nicolai and Dubovic, the first 2 hitters due up in this inning, both struck out against Bosch. Second trip through the order for the left-handed starter out of Wake Forest. He'll go against Cohen Nicolai, who's out of the transfer portal, announced his commitment to Oregon State after a season with Arizona State. Digs in. Gatemen already with 4 hits. First pitch. Cutter low. One ball, no strikes. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nicolai snapped an 0 for 14 streak. Last time out against Chatham was 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. Most productive overall game of the summer for Nicolai. 1-1 outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Obviously had the grand slam here back on June 20th against Harwich. First game with multiple extra base hits on Thursday in Chatham. 2-1. Fly ball, curling out of play. It's foul, and the count's 2-2.
And that's what this coaching staff and Nicolai himself have been trying to do. Make him into a hitter that's not just hitting the long ball every single time he's at the plate, but making a difference every single time. There's plenty of power and pop in there.
And next weekend in Harwich, obviously understand the point, but that will be his job, 2-2 inside. That's all they want him to do next week, is only hit the long ball. Be a participant in the Home Run Derby. The only Gateman selected to that event, but 4 All-Stars. 2 hitters, 2 pitchers. It's the payoff. This is high. Nicolai worked a full count in the first inning, lost it on a swinging strikeout. This time he gets the walk to start the 3rd inning.
Nice plate discipline all around from Nicolai. And the last couple of pitches there were just uncompetitive. They were high and away, so he really wasn't tempted. Really need Dylan Dubovic here to come up clutch.
Pitch, cut on and missed. High fastball, 0-1.
And Wareham has had the leadoff hitter on in back-to-back innings, and that leadoff man has come around to score in both, so hoping you can do the same here with Nicolai.
And Dubovic 1 for his last 25. The 0-1 comes home. This is inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. However, yesterday, within that 1 for 25, yesterday's stats not final because that game, not final, obviously. Paused in the 3rd inning, will be resumed on Monday as the rest of the league will have an off day. 1-1. Fastball low, 2 balls and 1 strike on Dubovic.
And it's kind of unfortunate that those stats don't count because Dubovic had a 2-run home run yesterday in that game.
With Nicolai off of first. Not a base-stealing threat. Short lead to the bag. Dubovic unloads on this one. Center field. Barrett comes in and a sliding grab. Never really took off in a sprint, but as he jogged towards the alley, went to the seat of his pants, hauls it in, and there's one away in the bottom of the third.
He had it the entire way, but still a really nice play. You can see him motoring over there. Just steals a base hit away.
He had a little more speed than I think I originally thought. Barrett makes it look easy. Brings in Foster Apple, 1-for-1 with a single. First pitch, breaker up and in. Came around to score in the second inning after the RBI single from R.J. Hamilton. Clyde walks off of first, being held on by Andrew Lamb. 1 out. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes.
You start to wonder now about Bosch. He's past 50 pitches. He only went 3 innings in his last start. He's clearly a little bit fatigued out there, missing a good portion of the zone.
2 balls, no strikes. The offering. Fouled straight back. Bosch, one of the better starters on this Hyannis team. A bullpen that is not great. Accumulated a 5.77 ERA so far this summer. Second worst in the Cape League, only behind Falmouth. Only in front of Falmouth, rather. 2-1 count on Apple. Breaking ball outside. Apple in a hitter's advantage. 3-1 count, 1 away. Clyde worked the leadoff walk. Wareham trying to score in each of the first 3 innings of this game. Three-one. Inside. Second walk of this frame for Ryan Bosch. And you said it earlier, Dan. Start to wonder about how long his day will last. Right now he's really losing command.
Certainly, and this is where Wareham has to cash in. Back-to-back walks. Those are free passes. You got a guy in Cade Elam who's been swinging it well at the plate. Got to scratch across a run here. Keep chipping.
Third baseman from Louisville. First pitch he sees. On the outside edge, a cold strike. Elam, third baseman from Louisville. First pitch he sees. On the outside edge, a cold strike. Elam, in his last game against YD, 0 for 4. Elam in a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bottom of the third. Trying to bring home another run and pad at this Gatemen lead. Against the starter Bosch, who has tossed 62 pitches. 63rd is grounded on the right side. A chance for 2. Kirk loses control. Nikolai stays put at third, but for the second straight inning, Wareham has the bases loaded.
That is bad right there from Kirk over at second. I don't know if you were going to get 2 on this play because Apple was charging. You probably could have tagged him and threw over to first. That was a tailor-made double play, and he just boots it. Really hurts Ryan Bosch. And now Tony Lira, a guy who already has an extra base hit in this game, to the plate.
You saw it skip right there on the lip of the infield grass. Kirk had his glove down, sailed right over the top of it. Lira with the bases loaded, he cuts and misses. Behind 0-1. So Elam reaches on the air. Foster Apple over to second, and Nikolai just 90 feet away. A 2-0 game. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lyra 1 at bat this summer with the bases loaded. It was the RBI double a couple of days ago. 1-1. Really good looking breaking ball. Brings it right into the zone, and the count's 1-2. Still just 1 out. The pitch. Hit. Left field. Down for a base hit. Nikolai comes in. Apple around third. Stop sign given to Cade Elam. But another double for Tony Lyra. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of extra base hits. And Wareham takes a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the third.
And this is just Hyannis hurting themselves and Wareham doing a nice job of taking advantage of it. Back-to-back walks, an error in the field, and then Lyra knocks him home. Really nice job overall, and seems like that could be the end of Bosch's day here.
Lyra bottom third, just yanks it down the left field line, fair ball, and the ball is taken from Ryan Bosch. Wareham gets to the second worst bullpen in the league relatively early, and Bosch departs with 2 on and just 1 away in the bottom of the third. We'll step aside on Cape League TV.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
New arm out of the pen for Hyannis. It's an early call to the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks. And after Ryan Bosch, one of the better starters for the Harbor Hawks, gives Hyannis just 7 outs, they turn to Liam Kineen, the right-hander out of Princeton.
Kineen standing at 6'4", 210. Has appeared a few times so far this season. The last being against YD on the third in relief. An inning and 2/3 with 3 hits and an earned run. Pair of walks and 2 strikeouts. So far this season, the ERA is at 5 with a record of 1-0. So a guy who was second on the team with 58 2/3 at Princeton this past season as their Saturday starters into the game early. So he knows how to pitch for length, and he's just looking to provide stability, try and stop some of this bleeding for Hyannis.
Yeah, the bleeding has come early and often. Wareham with a 4-0 lead. Potential 5-0 advantage, just 90 feet away. There's 2 in scoring position. It'll be Cade Elam on third and Tony Lyra on second after the 2 RBI double. Lyra seeing the ball really well. We know Sheffield as the first batter against Kineen. And Dan, Ryan Smythe goes with 8 righties and 1 lefty against the left-handed starter and Ryan Bosch. And they have a ton of success here today.
They just did what they did yesterday, which was work counts and take advantage of Hyannis' mistakes. This entire third inning was all self-inflicted wounds. Walk, error over at second. They were serving it up to Wareham, and they took advantage of it.
Final warm-up pitch for Kineen has been thrown down. 4-pitch mix, fastball, slider, curveball, and a change. First call to the pen for Hyannis is a right-hander. First pitch. Sheffield grounds it right side, gloved by the first baseman Lamb, flips to first. Elam comes in to score, and Wareham adds on another. It's 5-0 Gatemen in the bottom of the third.
Sheffield doing a nice job. That's the equivalent of a sac fly right there. Bring the run home whatever way possible. Grounds it over to first. Nearly beat it out, but a really nice job and gives them a 5-0 lead.
Does his job, and now Henry DiGiorgio, who's happy to see Ryan Bosch out of the game in that left-on-left matchup. Still a runner on third. Wareham can make it a 6-0 lead. First pitch grounded, just foul left side. $5-0 right now. Hyannis shut out Wareham the same exact score. First time these two teams met back in mid-June. 0-1. Fastball in at the hands, a called strike. And DiGiorgio's behind 0-2. Gatemen have already sent 7 to the plate this inning. Trying to make it 8. R.J. Hamilton is on deck for Wareham, the leadoff hitter. First, the 0-2. Outside, skips in the dirt. Fosberg kind of shields it down the third base line. Lyra, not a ton of speed, but that one gets away from Fosberg. Wareham could absolutely take advantage and make this a 6-0 game. The 1-2. Tails inside. Another really tough pitch for DiGiorgio to lay off of. It does, and the count's even at 2-2.
Nice job overall by DiGiorgio, trying to take advantage of the right on left here.
2-2 with a runner on third. Pitch. Flared, center field, dropping fast, down, base hit. Lyra sprints in from third. DiGiorgio, an RBI single, back-to-back games with a run driven in for him. And Wareham has a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the third.
That's great stuff right there from DiGiorgio. Doesn't need to be the hardest hit ball in the world. Just get it into play. Finds its way into the outfield. And you're up 6-0. Wareham has not been in front like this really in a game the entire season. They've broken out and poured it on here early.
Brings up R.J. Hamilton. Lone base runner is DiGiorgio off of first. Being held on by Lamb. Big hole on the right side of the infield. DiGiorgio takes off. Hamilton squares to bunt. A charging Einish goes to first, not in time. Hamilton executes the bunt to perfection. It's an infield single, and R.J. Hamilton has 3 hits on the day. And Dan, that is his second 3-hit game of the summer.
Feels like Wareham's just kind of toying around with Hyannis right now. And what a masterful bunt it was. He perfectly placed it, so speedy. And now you set up Levi Clark for another RBI opportunity. He had the bases loaded back in the second and grounded out, so looking to make up for that.
And bases not loaded. Third base open this time around, but still Wareham threatening to add more to its lead. First pitch takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. So that means Ryan Bosch's day is done after Lyra came in to score. So the left-handed starter from Wake Forest goes 2 1/3, allows 5 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So the 1-0 comes home, and Clark skies it into right field. Zehner back, and he makes the catch. But Wareham sends 9 to the plate in the bottom of the third. 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 error in the field, and 2 runners left on. Dan Shalam has you when we return on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kieran McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Top half of the fourth here in Wareham. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky with the game up 6-0. That is the largest lead so far of the season for the Gatemen. They've been up by 3 two separate times, but really breaking this game open against the starter Ryan Bosch for Hyannis, who left the game with 6 earned after just 2 1/3. On the other side of things, it's been the complete opposite for Wade Walton. He has faced just 10 batters through the first 3, giving up just 1 hit, and he goes against Jax Jimenez to start off things here in the fourth. First pitch misses inside for strike 1. Walton threw a lot of pitches to start off of this game. He enters with already over 50 here in the fourth, but has been managing very well. 1-0. Crack to the right side goes just foul. No balls and 2 strikes for Walton, who has been in control the entire game.
Yes, he has, and it's been complimentary baseball. That's been the difference for Wareham, something that we haven't seen for a vast majority of the summer. A good start from Wade Walton. Defense picking it up behind him. Offense hitting the ball, producing runs, generating offense, laying down bunts. Situational hitting has been phenomenal, and that's been the difference. Wade Walton can obviously keep posting zeros, and Wareham will welcome that, but it's up to the offense and the defense to pick it up right behind him.
Jimenez changes out the bat. It was broken on that last foul ball. 1-1 is high and away from Walton. 2 balls and 1 strike. This a Hyannis team that got the job done yesterday, 4-3 at Harwich, but before that, fell 9-1 at Falmouth. So they've been kind of up and down so far this season, but 6-4 over the last 10 as the 2-1 runs inside, nearly clips part of Jimenez. 3 balls and 1 strike against the left fielder, who in that game yesterday against Harwich was 1 for 3, a pair of walks, and a pair of stolen bases. Here's the pitch. Misses up and in. First walk of the day issued by Wade Walton, and Hyannis has the leadoff runner on for back-to-back innings.
Yeah, it feels like a while after Wareham sent 9 to the plate in the bottom of the third, but Walton also surrendered a leadoff base runner in the third inning. Only hit that he's allowed it was against Henry Zehner, and responded with a bunch of soft contact. I'll try and do the same.
Caden Miller, the DH, at the plate. First pitch, lined into center field. Dubovic tracking back. He's got a read, makes the play. Tagging from first is Jimenez. Here's the throw to second. It gets cut off by Sheffield. So he moves up 90 feet on a deep fly ball into center for the first out.
Nobody was expecting it, and Jimenez knew he could catch the center fielder sleeping. Gets ready, and Dubovic didn't have his feet set. See him kind of leisurely turn and fire, and Hyannis trying to produce some offense late.
Now Jordan Lodice, first runner into scoring position of the game for the Harbor Hawks. Chopped over to third. Elam, gloves, throws to first in plenty of time. Walton not letting the sacrifice get to him. And there's quickly 2 down here in the fourth.
That's textbook from Kate Elam. Stares the runner back to second. And Jimenez tried to throw him off, move down the line, but Elam just stared, waited a second until he knew he would have enough time to retire the hitter. Did just that. Now 2 away.
Andrew Lamb, the first baseman at the plate, struck out. Back in the second. First pitch, cut and a miss for strike 1. Walton, in his last start, went 4 innings clean before allowing 3 runs in the 5th inning. Trying to do that once again here and obviously avoid giving up anything on the scoreboard with Wareham up 6-0. 0-1, misses on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that game for Walton was when Wareham was up 3-0, one of 2 times this season when they've been up by 3 or more. The pitch, line to the right side, foul. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs already. Here in the top half of the 4th with Wareham steadily in control. They've got the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming to the plate as well in the 4th, looking to add on more to what is already a big lead here early on at Spillane Field. Walton gives a check. Comes home. Misses outside. 2-2. And this is a Wareham team that had a lot of momentum yesterday at Falmouth. Put up 3 runs in the first inning, but the game was paused, picking up right where they left off here today. 2-2. High and away. Ball 3. So for Wareham now, 6 runs in the first 3 innings today, 4 in the first yesterday. That's 10 for them over the last 6. This offense has certainly been finding its footing. Big cut and a miss for strike 3. Drop 3rd. Clark fires to Lear at first in time to get Lambs. So nothing comes of the leadoff walk on what was the 4th strikeout of the day for Wade Walton. After 3.5 here at Spillane Field, it's Wareham very much in control. 6-0 on Cape League TV.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Bottom of the 4th here in Wareham. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky, and the offense looking to try and tack on more. Why not? They've scored in every single inning to start off this game. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in that 3rd. And the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Kona Clyde, Dylan Dubovic, Foster Apple, all from the right-handed side as Liam Keenan is back out there for his 2nd inning of work. Pitched the last 2/3 to get out of that 3rd in which Wareham played at 4. First pitch to Nikolai, catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Shakes his head no, not happy about it so far today. 0 for 1, strikeout in the first. Walked to start off that 3rd inning. Came around to score. Made it 3-0 at the time. 0-1 pitch, down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nikolai headed to the Home Run Derby next weekend. That in Harwich, part of All-Star Game weekend festivities for the Cape League. Him and 4 others from this Wareham team will be headed to White House Field. Should be a very fun time. 1-1. Slapped over to the third base side. Einish throws across the diamond. Makes it there in time. 1 down here in the first. In the 4th.
Yeah, good play from Einish. It skipped up on him, but he stayed down, gobbled it up. It's a strong throw to beat out Nikolai. Pretty good stuff from both third basemen. Elam for Wareham and Einish for Hyannis today.
Now Dylan Dubovic to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Him and Levi Clark, the only two hitters in this lineup to not reach base so far today. First pitch, cut and a miss for strike one. Dubovic had the 2-run home run yesterday in that game that was called due to rain. So those stats will officially hit his line when that comes to be true. As the 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. But as of right now, 1 for his last 27 officially. Obviously, the home run changes that a little bit, but not officially. 1-1 pitch. Cracked over to the shortstop, Lodice. Throws to first, and there's 2 down. Quickly here for Liam Keenan, who was thrown into the game last inning, had to clean up a little bit of a mess, and has settled in well.
Yeah, not bad. He did allow a couple of hits. One against DeGiorgio, and then the bunt single from R.J. Hamilton. But hasn't allowed a run. Both of those base runners end up coming across were the responsibility of the starter Bosch. So, still doing a good job.
Now Foster Apple grounds the first pitch over to the first baseman Lamb. He flips over to Keenan. He steps on the bag. That's the first 1-2-3 inning, and the first inning without a run or a hit so far tonight for Wareham. After 4 innings here at Spillane, Gatemen in front, 6-0.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
6-0 ball game here in the 5th inning. Let's take a look at a little bit of a sunset that hasn't fully started to set yet, around 7:20 here in Wareham. So probably about another half an hour till we see some colors pop out of the sky, but overall a very nice evening here at Spillane Field with the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming to the plate, starting with Will Fosberg, the catcher, struck out in the first, takes a first pitch ball. Wade Walton's still out there right now. This is where he faced trouble in his last outing, 4 innings strong, and then he let up 3 runs in the 5th before he was pulled from the game. We'll see how he does here. The 1-0. Misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Wareham finally stopped offensively in that bottom half of the 4th. Went down 1-2-3 for the first time in the ball game. Didn't put up a run or a hit. 2-0 pitch. Runs inside, 3-0. No real movement out there in the Wareham bullpen just yet because there's been no reason to move anyone around as Walton's been in such control. He did deal a leadoff walk in the 4th, but then worked a 1-2-3. So really, any traffic that he's had, he's done a great job managing around it. The 3-0 pitch misses. It's a 4-pitch walk to Fosberg to start off things here in the 5th. And for a 3rd straight inning, Hyannis has the leadoff hitter aboard.
And nothing else, though. Pretty much his only 2 non-competitive at-bats were the 2 walks. Jimenez was on 5 pitches, that one just on 4. But, yeah, Hyannis has only moved up 1 base, got to 2nd last inning. Outside of that, though, it's been really, really smooth. But now 5 straight balls, and Eric Luxus sees where he's missing, wants to get it fixed rather quickly.
And
Would imagine either way, this is probably Walton's last inning.
Yeah,
Jaden Barfield up and warming now for the Gatemen out in left field.
was about to say that right there. Barfield. I know. Don't worry. It's just because you're ahead of me on that one. Barfield warming in the pen. Appeared a couple of games ago.
Great minds think alike.
They certainly do. Although I think mine a little bit sharper than yours. Would you agree? I think.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
What is it, Saturday?
Saturday. It's
Saturday.
You kind of
Saturday's
lose
a damn
track
day.
of the days when you're in the dog days of summer here.
Game 22, baby.
Really could be 23 if you want to count yesterday.
Do you?
I mean, Wareham certainly would like to. Up 3-0 in that game.
When we get to Monday, do we say game 22 or do we say game 25? Whatever it is.
Today, I think I said game 22 in the Cranberry Federal Credit Union pregame show. But that's still factually correct because the game didn't go down as official. Although it's going to get a little bit weird once we hit Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying.
A day in which Wareham is going to be facing Orleans here at home. The last place Firebirds. Zener is the only one today that has a hit. He's at the plate right now and lines another ball up the middle. 2 hits, both off the bat of Zener today for Hyannis, and it was the same exact swing as the first one, right up the middle.
A second multi-hit game of the summer for Henry Zener against Wareham. So something about it after going 0 for 4 in the first matchup between these two teams, bounced back in the leadoff spot, went 2 for 5. That was on June 19th. So back-to-back multi-hit games for Zener against the Gatemen, and Walton with some more traffic that he has to work around.
And now Kirk lays down a bunt on the third base side. What a play by Cade Elam. A strong throw over to first. That was a really great play from him over at the hot corner.
Yes, it was. On the move across his body, kind of fading towards foul ground, and makes the throw. Kirk has some speed, too. He's not slow by any sense of the imagination. So really good play from Elam. Both runners advance 90 feet for Hyannis, but Liam Barrett, the 9th hitting center fielder, now up for the Harbor Hawks.
Popped out to Lira in the first, takes a first pitch ball on the inside part of the plate. Barfield warming in the pen is a lefty, so Barrett the lefty, Eric Luxus and company deciding not to go with him here, but for the first time tonight, Hyannis threatening. 1-0 is pulled into the right-handed batter's box. 2 balls and no strikes. And it's been a little bit of a struggle this season for Barrett with runners into scoring position. He is 0 for 8, so Walton trying to use that to his advantage with Fosberg at third and Zener at second. Here's the 2-0. Misses upstairs, and Walton seems like the 5th inning might be the point for him now where he starts to tire a little bit. He struggled with the control.
Yeah, I pitched a ton this spring at High Point. I'm just trying to get through this 5th inning.
We'll see if Barrett gets the green light. 3-0, he does not. The pitch is a called strike at the top half of the zone. 3-1. It's been a struggle as of late for Barrett. 0 for his last 11, including tonight. Back-to-back games for him where he has batted 9th. 3-1 pitch. Lined out into right. This should be deep enough to score. Fosberg, he tags from third. The throw is cut off by Lira as the ball sits on the infield. And Hyannis has its first run across. It's 6-1 here in the top half of the 5th.
Yeah, Barrett does his job. That's how Hyannis manufactures some offense. Leadoff walk, single, lay down the bunt, and really nice job from the Harbor Hawks to get on the board. If you're Wade Walton, though, I think in a 6-0 game, you are fine trading that out for a run, especially with where he's at, just trying to get through this this fifth inning.
You and I were giggling a little bit. Wareham went over to second to try and say that Ziener left early on the tag over to third, but the umpires say no. Top of the order, it is Matt Einish at the plate. He takes a first pitch ball on the outer half. If Walton can get through this 5 innings of one-run ball, certainly would be a great start, and the Wareham offense has backed him up all the way. He has been magnificent. 1-0 pitch. Runs inside. A called strike. 1-1 against Einish, who is 0 for 2 against Walton in this game. Third time through the order for him, and he's hoping just to face Einish and end off this fifth. 1-1. Poked foul.
And I think for Wade Walton, there's not an overwhelming urge to have to be perfect today. When your offense produces 6 runs in the first 4 innings, it allows you to pitch with some confidence, and even with a runner on third and 2 in scoring position, and in situations like that, he's fine.
1-2. Misses down low for ball 2, and it's really something that he hasn't had a lot of so far this season, run support-wise. But the composure out there from him has been great after the walk and the single and back-to-back sacrifices. 2-2 pitch. Lined up the middle. That ball is down. Coming in to score is Ziener. It's an RBI single for Matt Einish. Back-to-back games for him where he's had a run batted in, and now the lead is cut to 4.
And Barfield continuing to throw. Eric Luxus out. And Walton tried to go 5 innings. Make his longest start of the summer. He won't quite get there. 4 2/3 once again.
So, Walton out of the game here in the top half of the fifth. He leaves Einish over at first. A really great outing from him, though. Leaves the game with Wareham in front by 4. Barfield on. We'll be right back here on Cape League TV.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Alyssa Watling, intuitive call to the bullpen for Wareham here in the top half of the fifth. Wade Walton makes way for Jaden Barfield after 4 2/3 of 3 hit, 2-run ball with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts for now.
Yeah, Barfield comes in with a runner on first, but a 6-2 lead at his back, which is very nice, something that he hasn't been able to do a ton of. Barfield, 6 foot, 215-pound left-hander out of Oklahoma, making his 5th appearance of the summer. Last pitched against YD on July 8th. He went just 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, but didn't allow a run, no walks. He tossed 17 pitches, and 11 were for strikes.
And that was the game where Wareham used a different pitcher for every single inning down the stretch after the 5th. So Barfield got that 1 inning here. They're certainly looking for some extended length from him in this game with already a 4-run lead. He'll go against Jack Jimenez, the left fielder, who's 0 for 1 in this game, with Matt Einish standing over at first after he had the RBI single to bring home the 2nd run of the ball game for Hyannis. Both coming across in this inning. Now back-to-back outings for Walton, where he's pitched the first 4 innings clean, let up runs in the 5th. First pitch here from Barfield. Misses high and away. 4-1. And it seemed like the third time through the order for him was where it started to get tricky for Walton. Gave up a couple of hits, only allowed one before this inning. 1-0 from Barfield. Runs inside, bounces off of Clark, going over to second is Einish. The throw falls out of the glove of Sheffield. Einish moves himself into scoring position here with 2 down.
If you're Barfield, don't worry too much about it. Just got away from Clark for a second. Still have 2 outs. Just trying to retire Jimenez. Pitch to some softer contact. Keep this at a 4-run advantage.
Certainly trying to do exactly that. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Lined into left field in front of Hamilton. Hitting third and getting the wave is Einish. The throw is not going to be there in time. That's back-to-back RBI singles for Hyannis, and they've cut this game to just a 3-run lead for the Gatemen.
A really good inning for Hyannis, an offense that was struggling to produce in the first 4 innings against Wade Walton. Only had 1 hit, but now starting to get to Barfield, and you don't have the same run support. I guess if you look on the bright side, you just gave up a 3 spot at the minimum. You still have a 3-run lead.
There you go. Caden Miller, the DH at the plate, going over to second on the first pitch that misses is Jimenez. The throw bounces off of DeGiorgio. Jimenez thought about going to third and a second. So, Adam, now back-to-back hitters where Hyannis is at a runner over at first. They move up 90 feet on a wild pitch. And now another RBI opportunity to make this just a 2-run game.
And Hyannis has stayed heads up on the base paths. Taking that extra 90 feet, moving into scoring position. Taking advantage of the opportunities that present themselves.
1-0. Laying down bunt is Miller. Barfield fields it and tosses to first. That was random and kind of a wasted at-bat, but that's how things end here in the top half of the 5th. Hyannis scratches across 3, cuts the Wareham lead in half. It's 6-3 Gatemen here on Cape League TV.
Hey, Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Bottom half of the 5th here at Spillane Field. Things drawing a little bit closer. Hyannis putting up a 3 spot in that top half of the 5th. Still, Liam Keenan out there for the Harbor Hawks in what will be his 3rd inning of work, trying to keep this a 3-run game against the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Kate Elam, Tony Lira, Noah Sheffield, all in the righty batter's box. First pitch here to Elam, a called strike.
And Wareham trying to get the runs right back after Hyannis start chipping into this lead. Most productive offensive inning that the Harbor Hawks have had today.
A 1. Way outside. Ball 1. Jaden Barfield came into the game after Wade Walton, pitch 4 2/3. Letting up 3 runs officially on his line. 1-1. Elam whacks it to the right side of foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And in that last half inning for Wareham offensively, went down 1-2-3 to Keenan for the first time in this game. First time they've gone down 1-2-3. First time without a run or a hit. Trying to break through here. Keenan fires. Misses down low. Using the 4-pitch mix to his advantage. Fastball, slider, curveball, and the change. Headlined by the fastball at 60% usage. Went to the slider there, which he uses just about 10% of the time against righties. Keenan readies in a 2-2 count. The pitch. Pulled outside. The count goes full.
A nice start to the inning for Kate Elam, giving Tony Lira, who's on deck, a chance to see plenty of pitches for the reliever. Still first time through this order for Keenan.
Here's the payoff. Clobbered out into center field. Going over is Barrett, but that ball splits, and Zener, the right fielder, picks it up, throws in quickly, but Elam is in there with a sliding double to start off things here in the bottom half of the 5th.
A great piece of hitting for Kate Elam. See a ton of pitches, finally get one that you like, get a great piece of it. Make a really tough play for the defense. Also was thinking, too, all the way. Cruised around first and made it very tough on a defense to throw him out. And Elam gets that double.
Believe it or not, that's his first of the entire season. First extra base hit overall. You knew it was coming at some point. Had 10 singles. First time he's gotten over to second. Straight up. Lira looks to knock him home. And he already has done that in this game. Back-to-back doubles for him. The second of which was a 2 RBI extra base hit. First pitch misses, 4-1. Wareham looking to respond here in the top half, or in the bottom half of the 5th after Hyannis put up 3 in the top half. Ground ball over to short. Lodis Fields looks at Elam, throws to first base in time for the out. That's a nice response there from Liam Keenan, and there's one down.
Lira had to be slowed down eventually. It's a ground ball. Elam stays put at second. Best case scenario if you're Hyannis, facing in that exact matchup with how Lira's been swinging it lately.
Lira had 2 doubles coming into this game, has doubled his total up to 4 already. First pitch here to Noah Sheffield, cut and a miss for strike 1. Sheffield had an RBI back in the 3rd. That was with the bases juiced, grounded out over to first, but brought a run home. Trying to bring Elam home here. He goes over to 3rd. The pitch is fouled in front of the plate. So Elam goes back to second, now in an 0-2 count. And Sheffield did not have an RBI coming into this game, so that was his first run batted in as well. Walked back in the 2nd, so it's been a productive day for him at the plate. Trying to grab RBI number 2. Here in a no-ball 2-strike count. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Sheffield knew it. Walks back to the dugout, and after issuing the leadoff double, Keenan's worked back-to-back outs.
Nice job on that pitch. Freezing Sheffield. Saw it, and wasn't in the zone until the last moment. Holds, and now 2 away.
And now Henry DeGiorgio's turn. Had an RBI single off of Keenan back in the 3rd. First pitch in there for strike 1. It wasn't a good start from Ryan Bosch, but Liam Keenan has really settled in well. Looking to stack back-to-back zeros for Hyannis and give their 4, 5, 6 hitters a chance to keep chipping away in the top half of the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Cranked into right, but Zener makes a nice diving play on a line to end off the inning. So, Kate Elam with his first double of the season to start things here in the bottom half of the 5th, but then 3 straight outs from Keenan, including a sliding play from Zener to end off things. After 5, it's 6-3 Wareham here on Cape League TV.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops. The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
Sixth inning here at Spillane Field. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky in what is a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Gatemen. Jaden Barfield out there for his second inning of work. And Adam, he's looking for a little bit more consistency. Led a back-to-back RBI singles in the fifth that made this 6-2 and then 6-3.
Well, Dan, on the bright side, if you're looking for consistency from Jaden Barfield, you at least have a consistent start. Bases clear. Came into a tough spot. Relieving the starter, Wade Walton, now can just go 1-2-3 and try and work through this portion of the order for Hyannis, who's starting to see the ball a lot better lately.
And that was a big 0 to put up for the Harbor Hawks. Back in the bottom half of the fifth, let up a leadoff double from Cade Elam. You thought, Wareham might have a response here, but then Liam Keenan went 1-2-3 the rest of the way. It'll start with Jordan Lodis, the shortstop. Back-to-back groundouts to third for him today has him at 0 for 2, looking to break through against the lefty Jaden Barfield. Comes set. Fires the first pitch. Slider checks his swing, grounds it back to Barfield. Takes a couple of steps, throws over to first. One pitch, one out here in the top half of the sixth.
Yeah, Lodis took his head down, a little bit frustrated that he made contact with it. Didn't want to swing at it. Looked like it was in the zone, bottom third, and just didn't put a full swing on it. And an easy put out to start the day.
And the umpiring crew, Jake Brickta, handing off the bat. No one came to get it. Now be Andrew Lamb, the first baseman, who has back-to-back strikeouts in this game. Something rare you see these days. Lamb with no batting gloves. He is someone that just likes to swing it. Little Jorge Posada action, if you will. Look to square bunt, pulls it back, strike one.
One more note. The Wareham Bat Boys would never.
They would have been on top of that.
Absolutely, they would have.
The Hyannis crew was not there in time.
No.
A little bit of a lapse there. 0-1, bounced in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's the most consistent group we've seen in the league.
Top of the sixth here with 1 out. Barfield fires. A big cut and a miss from Lamb. Comes up with nothing. Goes to the dirt. Puts both hands in the dirt. Slaps them together. So may not be batting gloves, but trying to get as much traction as possible from the dirt. We'll see if it works for him here. Barfield readies. Comes home. And it did not. A big cut and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Jaden Barfield, puts 2 outs on the board.
Great job by Jaden Barfield. Gave up a hit. It wasn't a run on his line, but you said you wanted consistency, Dan. Well, he gets to come in this time around with a clean frame, bases clear, and Lamb, no batting gloves, certainly a choice.
A choice that has not worked out for him today. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Now Will Fosberg. First pitch, slider, strike. And Fosberg started off the fifth with a walk, came around to score as the first run of the game, kind of put some momentum together. Barfield deals, misses outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Schweitzer getting ready out there in the bullpen for Wareham. Barfield ready, fires, swing and a miss from Fosberg. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And he's being really competitive with his pitches, not shying away, pounding the zone. You can do that a little bit more with a 3-run lead, but Barfield's at least making hitters think when they take, and any pitch that's close, they've been swinging.
Looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Cut and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Jaden Barfield here in the top half of the 6th as he works a 1-2-3 inning. Nice stuff from the reliever as we head to the bottom half of the 6th with the Gatemen leading by 3 here on Cape League TV.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
We've hit the bottom half of the 6th here at Spillane Field. Dan Shalam alongside Adam Hipsky. That sun's starting to set a little bit more now, nearing 8 o'clock. In what has been a dominant performance today for the Gatemen. It is still Liam Keenan out there for Hyannis here in the bottom half of the 6th. He's going into his 4th inning of work, has pitched now 3 2/3, and has not given up any runs on his line. Let a couple come across, which were Ryan Bosch's responsibility back in the 3rd, but since then has stacked a couple of zeros.
Yes, he has. And Kate Elam, that was really the only hitter that got the best of the reliever so far today. So if you're looking for a bright spot for Hyannis, you've at least kept it at 6-3 after getting some help from your offense. Wareham, though, it's a good part of the order. This is who you want coming up. Hamilton, who's 3 for 3 today. Levi Clark, who you certainly feel like might be due. And then Cohen Nicolai, who can change any game.
So, like you mentioned, top of the order, starting with Hamilton, who has had a 3 for 3 day with 3 singles. He's been nasty, feeling himself. First pitch from Keenan. Misses down low, 4-1, and within that, Hamilton with a pair of stolen bases as well. He's really been a table setter today. Has been doing a great job. Here's the 1-0. Golfed into center field. Charging is Barrett. He's there to make the play. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Nice job. Finally, they retire Hamilton today. He had a really good start. Had the bunt single. I was curious to see if they would try and maybe maneuver it again as the leadoff guy. Keep doing it until they can stop it, but instead puts a swing on it, and there's one away.
Reason why he's an all-star. Another all-star, Levi Clark, lifts a long fly ball into center field. Barrett makes 2 outs in center field off of 2 fly balls, and immediately 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
A busy inning for Liam Barrett, isn't it? And for Kineen, that's pretty good start. Can't ask for much more. 2 up, 2 down, both with pretty relative ease.
Cohen Nicolai, the 3-hole hitter, now at the plate. First pitch, runs inside, and Kineen has only thrown 33 pitches, and he's about to be through 3 2/3. It's been very impressive from him.
Yeah, and Wareham 6 runs in the first 3 innings, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and a 4 spot in the third.
1-0 catches the outside part, 4 strike 1. If you're Hyannis, you think, what happens if we don't issue 2 walks and that error over at second base? This would probably be a 1-run game, maybe even tied at this point. You never know.
Yeah.
But it's 6-3 in favor of the Gatemen, and Kanian trying to hold it at that. His 1-1 is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Cohen to Clyde not happy about it whatsoever. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Came around to score in the third. Kanian quickly readies. Set to deliver his 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Misses down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. And for Hyannis, bottom of the order coming up, 7-8-9. Trying to do anything possible to get themselves closer to Wareham's 6 runs. 2-2. Hit out of play on the first base side by Nikolai. Do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wareham paying a visit to Bourne tomorrow before going back to Falmouth to finish that game that they currently lead 3-0 at Gov Fuller Field. Then it's Orleans at home at the YD Red Sox before hosting Cotuit. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second K for Kanian. And that is really good stuff for him. 3 2/3. He has not a run come across so far on his line. Time to talk to our sideline reporter, CeCe Gabriel, for the first time this evening. CeCe, what do you got?
1-3-5-2.
Facing the second best team in the West Division, Gatemen manager Ryan Smythe and I spoke on the stakes of not just this game, but the next 3 division games ahead between Bourne, Falmouth, and Cotuit. Now the East Division is a little bit more secure, but Gatemen manager, as I said before, Smythe told me that the West is looking wide open. Now a significant factor in how the West could look is the MLB draft. He told me that rosters are thinning across the league, and everyone really doesn't get any better. In fact, they get a little bit worse. Now, the biggest question that Smythe has at this point in time is who is going to stick around on his roster. He says that the players that decide to stay will be the ones that absolutely love the game of baseball. They want to capitalize on every single opportunity, and they understand the privilege to play with some of the best players in the country. He told me that if his team is able to stick around and stay together, they'll be in a good spot the rest of the season. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, CeCe. Wareham with a 6-3 lead as we've hit the home stretch of this Saturday night baseball clash between the Harbor Hawks and Gatemen. With Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky. Wareham makes another call to the bullpen. Second reliever of the day for the Gatemen, and it is the right-hander out of Louisville, Jake Schweitzer, for this Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change.
He's been good. Has faced a little bit of trouble lately, a run given up in his last 2 appearances, but he did get the save on the 6th against Cotuit, and he pitched the final 3 innings in that game. So Wareham kind of challenging him with that same stretch here today. They're hoping that he can do it. But really, for him, he's appeared 7 times. The ERA is at 3.77 over 14 1/3. He has been really good. You just don't want to allow Hyannis to get into this game really at all because they had some momentum in the 5th. You put up that 0 in the 6th. Time to keep dominating.
And you talked about that 9-out save against Cotuit. Similar circumstances here. He's got a 3-run lead into the 7th inning. We'll see if they stretch him out just like they did back on the 6th of July. He'll start his day dealing to the 7-8-9 hitters for Hyannis. It's Henry Ziener, Taylor Kirk, and Liam Barrett, the minimum for the Harbor Hawks. It starts with Ziener, who's 2 for 2 today. The right fielder out of USC Upstate has been extremely productive. Final warm-up pitches thrown for Jake Schweitzer. And Ziener, second team out of the Big South. First pitch is a strike. Got some NCAA tournament experience with USC Upstate. Went to the Stillwater Regional. Not overly successful there. Was 1 for 13 in that regional action. but still 34 multi-hit games in his redshirt sophomore season. Behind 0-2. Schweitzer sets and deals. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Bends into the outside corner. Zener retired for the first time today, and Schweitzer's day starts with a bang. 1 up, 1 down. Gets the backwards K.
That was nasty on just 3 pitches as well. Makes it look super easy. 1 down.
3 straight strikeouts for Wareham pitchers. The latter 2 were Jaden Barfield's. We'll get you his final line. It's the first pitch to Taylor Kirk, misses outside. Barfield goes 1 1/3, came in for Wade Walton back in the 5th. Gave up just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. For the left-hander out of Oklahoma, probably his best outing of the summer.
Without a doubt.
Starting to find his footing. Right now, a ball and no strikes on Kirk. Out in the zone for strike 2. Ball 2, rather. Wareham pitching staff has excelled at the swing and miss this summer. 4th in the Cape League in strikeouts. 2-0, called a strike. 2-1 the count on Kirk, who's 0 for 2 today, the second baseman from Fordham on his way to UCLA. Bruins team that was number 1 in the country this past year. 2-1, hit on the ground, past a diving Elam, down the left field line. Could be extra bases. Kirk makes the turn. Hamilton loses it out in left field, and it's a stand-up double for Taylor Kirk.
That one goes just to the left side of Elam. You thought he might have had a play on it, but trickles into left, and then Hamilton with some trouble with it in left field too.
First double of the season for Taylor Kirk. First extra base hit at that. So Kirk, who came into today batting just 167. Sharply hit down the left side and brings it to Liam Barrett. It was a clean 1-2-3 sixth for Jaden Barfield, but pretty much since the 3rd inning, Hyannis has left a runner on in 3 of the 4 innings since Wade Walton started his day going 6 up, 6 down. Barrett 0 for 2 today. 1-0. Lifted out into right. Apple moves over, makes the catch. Kirk does not tag, and there are 2 away.
Just got under it, kind of golfed it into right field, but a nice response from Schweitzer after issuing the double to force some weak contact.
Back-to-back flyouts to right for Liam Barrett. Brings up Matt Einish. 1 for 3. Had the RBI single his last time up. In a 6-3 game, top 7. Schweitzer's pitches inside. And instead, it actually clips Einish. Wasn't intentional, but first base open. And Hyannis has 2 aboard.
And not a guy you really want to face, and Jax Jimenez coming to the plate, who had the RBI single last inning. He's also at an advantage now, right on left. He had to go against the southpaw Barfield last time.
Right on left to the switch hitting Jimenez. Outside, ball 1. Jimenez walked in the 4th, RBI single in the 5th after flying out to center field in the 1st inning. Part of that stellar start for Wade Walton. First 2 innings worked with ease. Schweitzer, his first inning of work out of the bullpen for the Gatemen. 1-0. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes.
Just looks a little bit out of control right now. Missing outside, missing in. Kind of all over.
2-0. Outside. 3 straight balls from Jake Schweitzer after hitting Matt Einish. And Levi Clark wants to go out and talk things over.
Got a talented hitter in Caden Miller waiting on deck. Kind of wonder, you kind of know you're going to get a strike here if you're Jimenez. Down by 3. Might be worth it to swing it here.
And Jimenez, 1 for 8 this summer with runners in scoring position. Time to find out if Jimenez has the green light. Rio inside. 4-pitch walk. Bases are loaded for the Harbor Hawks. Go ahead run to the plate in the top of the 7th.
And really wasn't worth giving something competitive there to Jimenez. Now a sticky spot, though, going against Miller.
Eric Luxus is out. Ty Stark has taken off the sweatshirt, started to throw, but that would be a rapid warm-up.
Be early, too.
Imagine Schweitzer in a 3-run game is trusted to get out of this. Bringing the entire infield in. Dan, what are they saying in there?
Saying that you just need 1 out.
Yep.
It's the top of the 7th. We do not care right now if you are Wareham that the bases are loaded. You can go to any base you want on the infield, force some weak contact, try and make this as low pressure as possible. This is not bases loaded with no one out. Just need 1 out here, and nothing happens. I know that's a simple answer.
Easier said than done, for sure.
Way easier said than done. But at the end of the day, you only need 1 out.
Mound visit breaks. Schweitzer trusted to get out of this bases-loaded jam. Caden Miller 0 for 3 today, batting 3rd. The designated hitter. Schweitzer's delivery. This is outside. Frustration in the crowd. Just low of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Schweitzer comes home. Inside. Schweitzer really losing command. Kirk on 3rd, he doubled. Einish off of 2nd, was hit by a pitch, and then Jimenez, the 4-pitch walk. 7 straight balls from Schweitzer. The 2-0. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. Ball 3.
And right now, if you're Hyannis, don't swing until he throws you a strike. It's 8 straight balls. He is struggling to find the zone right now. Those misses have been close, but not in the zone.
Ball 4 would pull Hyannis within 1. Then 2. 3-0. Outside. Gets to the backstop, but doesn't matter. 9 consecutive balls for Jake Schweitzer, and after his best outing of the summer, he is struggling to control his stuff right now.
You wonder, how fast can Ty Stark get ready? This is also another guy you don't want to face, Jordan Lodi. Sure, he's 0 for 3 today, but he has been a really skilled hitter for Hyannis, and maybe something changes here for them now, or for Schweitzer, facing a righty. Sticky spot.
Lodi's back-to-back multi-hit games. First pitch takes inside. Called a strike. Lodis, one of just 2 righties in this lineup, along with the switch-hitting Jimenez. 2/3 left-handed hitters. Bases still loaded, nothing in 1. Schweitzer finally breaks that dreadful stretch. The 0-1, hit on the ground left side, foul. Lodis, super dangerous at the plate. 6 RBIs, but just 1 walk to go along with 19 strikeouts. Right now he's behind nothing in 2. Schweitzer looks in. Comes to an agreement with Clark. The 0-2. Slider comes in, cold strike 3. Lodis ends the inning with a backwards K, and Schweitzer gets out of the jam, and Wareham still with a 2-run lead as it's time to stretch at Spillane Field. Gatemen 6, Harbor Hawks 4 here on Cape League TV.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Hyannis pulls within 2, and they make another call to the bullpen to start things out in the home half of the 7th. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change. It's the 6-foot, 200-pound righty out of San Diego, California. Just finished up his sophomore season with Oregon State. Jack Giordano takes the hill for the Harbor Hawks.
Giordano, a guy who pitched 6 2/3 this past season with 10.
Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change. It's the 6-foot, 200-pound righty out of San Diego, California. Just finished up his sophomore season with Oregon State. Jack Giordano takes the hill for the Harbor Hawks.
Giordano, a guy who pitched 6 2/3 this past season with 10 strikeouts. He uses a 3-pitch
double. And even though it's not in the stat sheet yet, Dan, after the home run yesterday, he's starting to swing a pretty hot bat.
Certainly is. It was 0 for 3 up to this point today, but just makes some nice contact there, pokes it into right field. The question now becomes, can you score this runner from second? Wareham had the same exact scenario in the 5th. Kate Elam leadoff double. Then they went down 1-2-3.
Kate Elam's on deck for the Gatemen, but now it's Foster Apple. Squares to bunt, pops it up over our heads, and it's just strike 1.
And that's the right call here. Try and get down the bunt. This is getting to the later stages of the game. You want that 3-run lead. Put less pressure on. But Wareham has struggled really to put down bunts so far this season. See if Apple can get one down here.
Saw Hamilton earlier with the bunt single, a rarity for the Gatemen this summer. The 0-1 squares again, pulls back outside. Apple singled and scored in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, and then grounded out to the first baseman in the 4th. Stepped to the plate in 3 consecutive innings. 1-1. Looks to lay it again, but pulls back. The right call. Count moves to 2-1.
And the Gatemen only have 2 sack bunts this season. Shows you how much of a struggle it's been to get it down.
Dubovic off of second after the leadoff double. 2-1. This time does put it in play. Right back to the pitcher, Giordano. Goes to first. Dubovic moves over. And that now the 3rd sack bunt of the summer.
There you go. Perfect there from Apple. Didn't do too much with it. Moves Dubovic over to 3rd. Now
This time does put it in play. Right back to the pitcher, Giordano. Goes to first. Dubovic moves over. And that now the 3rd sack bunt of the summer.
there you go. Perfect there from Apple. Didn't do too much with it. Moves Dubovic over to 3rd. Now Elam.
Still behind 0-2, trying to take advantage. The leadoff double from that man right there, Dylan Dubovic. 0-2. Called strike 3. Fastball rings him up outside corner, and there's now 2 down. First strikeout of the day for Giordano.
That was nasty and an unfortunate at-bat right there from Kate Elam. Goes down on 4 pitches, doesn't put anything in play. Puts a lot of pressure on Tony Lira now, who is more than capable of getting a base hit, but makes it harder to get that next run.
Lira started the day 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles. First pitch, breaking ball, well inside. It's been a heavy dosage of the breaker for Giordano. Throughout the spring, threw it just 15% of the times to righties. He's only faced righties today. 1-0. Inside splits between the legs. Dubovic took off down third base line. Makes the right call, retreats back to the bag, and it's 2-0.
Wareham scored the first run of the game with R.J. Hamilton taking home on a pass ball. So heads up there from Dubovic, and Fosberg being very cautious behind the plate.
Gatemen trying to tack on another run. 2-0. Outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Wareham hasn't scored since the 3rd inning. Hyannis has posted 3 consecutive scoreless innings. The starter Ryan Bosch went to Liam Kineen. 3-0. Misses inside, 4-pitch walk. Wareham has runners on the corners in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs.
And honestly, that's not the worst thing in the world there. If you're Giordano, already non-competitive to Tony Lira, you walk him. Going against Sheffield, though, a guy who has an RBI so far today, certainly a capable hitter out there.
As Will Fosberg comes out from his crouch, and a mound visit set to come in. Pretty good day out of the bullpen for Liam Kineen. It was the first call relieving the starter Ryan Bosch, who gave them just 2 1/3, allowed 6 runs throughout those first 3 innings. But Kineen came in, tossed 3 2/3, allowed 3 hits, no runs, didn't issue a walk, and struck out 2 hitters. Stabilized a Hyannis pitching staff that needed it after they didn't get much length whatsoever out of their starter. Mound visit breaks. Giordano stays in the game. Leadoff double from Dubovic. He's over on third. Tony Lira with the 4-pitch walk. Standing on first, being held on by Lamb. Noah Sheffield, second baseman, on his way to Michigan. Trying to pad this Wareham lead in a 6-4 game. First pitch he sees. Checks a swing. It didn't matter. Called strike from our home plate umpire, Jake Brichta. It's 0-1. Giordano just 3 pitches at his disposal. Fastball, slider, curveball. This time he goes fastball. It's lifted into shallow right field, down for a base hit. Dubovic comes across. Lira goes corner to corner. Second RBI of the day for Noah Sheffield. Second of the season. Wareham finally gets one back. It's 7-4 Gatemen in the bottom of the 7th.
That's huge. Huge hit right there from Sheffield, which was just kind of a cue ball shot that got over Kirk. He did enough, and that's all he really needed to do. It wasn't the best contact. He was kind of jammed there, but a little jam shot never hurt nobody, and the lead back up to 3.
See if they try and put Sheffield on the run. First pitch to Henry DeGiorgio is cut on and missed. Fastball, 0-1. Really nice day from Noah Sheffield in the 8-hole for the Gatemen. Batting average up to 250. Check on first. Sheffield back safely. So that finally ends the 4 straight runs from the Harbor Hawks. First run for the Gatemen since the 3rd inning. They do not eventually strand Dylan Dubovic's leadoff double. Sheffield on the move. The pitch inside, no throw down. So 2 in a scoring position for Wareham.
And no reason there to throw down, really. 2 outs on the board, nothing necessarily changing here for Giordano.
Pitch. Strike 2. Inner third, and DeGiorgio trying to fight. Hyannis down to its final 6 outs. Ty Stark continues to warm in the Gatemen bullpen. The 1-2. Well inside, an easy take for DeGiorgio. Even at 2-2, with the leadoff man R.J. Hamilton on deck. Base hit with 2 outs could give Wareham a 9-4 advantage. Giordano collects himself. Sends home the 2-2. Grounded right side, foul. Lamb was there, but it doesn't matter. Gatemen opened up a 6-0 lead. It was their largest edge of the summer. Hyannis wasn't done, though. Didn't quit, continued to chip into the lead. Two-two. Swing and a miss. Giordano allows a run in his first inning out of the pen, but Gatemen tack on some insurance. 2 hits, 1 run, no errors in the field, and a pair left on the base paths for the Gatemen. Through 7 at Spillane Field, and it's Ty Stark on for Wareham when we return on Cape League TV.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Another Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change for the Gatemen, and it's the tall, lanky lefty. On his way to Butler, out of the transfer portal, Ty Stark making another appearance, potentially for the 6-out save, Dan.
And he's looking just to bounce back, find his footing. His past 4 appearances really has not been his best stuff. Last time he pitched against YD, went an inning, gave up 2 earned runs, 2 walks on 24 pitches. So before that as well, Bourne, the blown save, and then the blown save against Orleans. Who knows if he'll get stretched out all the way to the finish line today, but you're certainly looking for him to bounce back. And hey, something new for Ty Stark, a haircut. A lot of that lettuce off.
So Stark on. Looked like a potential Cape League All-Star through his first few appearances this summer. So really, really good start. And then Orleans and Bourne, back-to-back blown saves. Gave up 2 runs in his last outing. Set to deal to the 5, 6, 7 hitters in this Hyannis lineup in a 7-4 game. First pitch from the windup. Inside, and it hits Andrew Lamb. It didn't. Oh, just hit the knob of the bat.
I thought it hit him. I thought that was pretty clear that he hit him. Maybe I'm seeing things up here. He didn't react to it, though.
The way you shifted his body. We look at it.
No.
Yeah, we're seeing things. The 1-0. called strike. Thanks to our replay operator, Jocelyn Mejia, for telling us that our eyes are deceiving ourselves.
It's good. She keeps us in check.
That's right. Ball and a strike. Pitch comes home to Lamb. Slider misses high, 2-1. As we take a look around the Cape, and obviously there's one result that the score might be a little bit deceptive for how this game has gone.
That being Chatham and Harwich. The Anglers lead that game 1-0 in the bottom half of the ninth, with Harwich having a runner at second. Now, here's the interesting part about it. Harwich has a no-hitter on Chatham and is on the verge of losing the game while pitching a no-hitter. Until right now, as Harwich just tied the game up at 1 apiece. So that'd be quite the disaster for Chatham. As you make it all the way to the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. You get no hit. You thought you could win the game. Now looking like you might lose.
We thought it was going to be an earlier free pass in this game right here, Wareham Hyannis. Thought it might have hit Andrew Lamb, but he does end up eventually getting walked. 5-pitch free pass off the left hand of Ty Stark brings up Will Posberg, catcher from Northeastern. Swings at a first pitch, grounds it to second. Sheffield flips to DeGiorgio, on to first. It's in time. Wareham turns a double play. Ty Stark gets a little help out from his defense, and there's 2 gone, bases clear, top of the 8th.
That's really nice stuff right there from Ty Stark. Just induces a weak ground ball, and that's an easy flip and a nice throw over to first.
Doesn't get much better than that if you're Ty Stark. Taylor made 4-6-3, and now Henry Zener steps in. A 2-for-3 day trying to extend the inning. So Harwich and Chatham tied at 1 in the bottom of the ninth. Falmouth with a 2-0 lead over Bourne. Battle between a couple of West Division rivals. Gatemen saw the Commodores for 3 innings yesterday, had a 3-run lead. That game set to resume is on Monday. But Falmouth with a 2-0 lead over Bourne. Orleans and YD knotted up at 3 apiece. Currently stretching at Eldridge Park. Be a pretty big upset for the Firebirds. Last place in the East. Have the Red Sox on the ropes. 19-2 YD team. And then Brewster with a 7-4 win over Cotuit. That game's gone final. First pitch to Zener, misses outside.
Well, and that's why this is a big game as well for Wareham. With that Cotuit loss today, they could pick up a game if they are to hold this in those West Division standings as they chase for that final playoff spot.
The 1-0. Comes home. Below the zone. Actually does clip it. Stark gets the bottom third, and the count's now even at 1-1. From the windup. Stark's pitch in there for a called strike, 1-2.
Nice stuff from Ty Stark bouncing back after the walk.
Wareham's next 2 games on the road at Bourne tomorrow, and then on the road at Falmouth to finish up the game that was started yesterday. Right now trying to enter those pair of matchups on a high note. 1-2, and on the ground to short. DeGiorgio throws to first in time. Ty Stark surrenders a leadoff walk, but works around it to face the minimum. Hyannis down to its final 3 outs, but first, Wareham with one final chance to pad its lead. To the bottom of the 8th we go. R.J. Hamilton, Levi Clark, Cohen and Clyde due up for the Gatemen on Cape League TV.
Hey, Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A Plus Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Fans piling in here for some Saturday night baseball. Right now, they've watched Wareham climb to a 7-4 lead, trying to pick up another win in front of the home crowd. Still in search of that elusive first win away from Spillane Field, but the Gatemen looking to advance to 6-16. First, though, they've got to pick up 3 more outs. Wareham right now with the 7-4 lead, and Hyannis trying to keep it at just 3. They make another call to the bullpen. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change, Dan Shalam, and they go to the 6'3", 195-pound righty out of Southern Miss. It's Kevin Landry Farr.
Better known as KL, he takes the mound here, the 6'3", 195-pounder. He has appeared in just one game so far this season for Harwich. That was against Brewster on the 5th of July, 2 2/3 with a hit, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout in that one. Appeared in 9 games, all in relief. Did not post a record this past season at Southern Miss. A 3.68 ERA over 7 1/3.
Facing the top of the Wareham order, R.J. Hamilton's first pitch is outside. Leadoff hitter out of Duke, 3 for 4 today. Opened up this game with a single. He came around to score on it. Had an RBI single in the second and then a bunt single in the third. Pumps the 1-0 out of play. So Jack Giordano's day is done. Rather quickly. Relief appearance for him. Third arm out of the pen used today for the Harbor Hawks. We'll get you Giordano's final line after the 1-1. Fastball misses inside. Hamilton gets ahead in the count 2-1. Giordano comes into the game. Tosses just 1 inning, allows 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Had a walk and 2 strikeouts. 2-1 on Hamilton, ripped to second. It hangs up just long enough for Lodis. Didn't have to move an inch, and there's 1 away.
Good piece right there from Hamilton. He's been seeing the ball so well. Had 3 singles up to that point. Just lines out there. 1 down.
All in all, still a likely 3 for 5 day for R.J. Hamilton. Brings up Levi Clark, who has not had the same type of success at the plate. Currently on a 6-game hit streak, but 0 for 4 today. First pitch. In her third, called strike, 0-1. Giordano entered with a 2.08 ERA and departs with a 3.38. Clark digs in, the 0-1. Cut on and missed. Through 2 pitches. The catcher's behind 0-2.
Uncharacteristic, these first 2 pitches from Levi Clark.
Calls for time. Steps out. Kevin Farr. The 3-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, changeup. To righties, it's really just the fastball and slider. From the windup, deals the 0-2. Fastball, cut on and missed. 2 up, 2 down. Good start to the day for Farr.
That was a nice pitch there. Just went cross body with it. And Clark couldn't catch up.
Looks like Clark's hit streak could come to an end tonight. Catcher out of Tennessee. Brings up Cohen Nicolai, also hitless today, batting third. Designated hitter, walked back in the third, but outside of that has been pretty unproductive. Set a first pitch fastball below the zone for ball one. One ball, no strikes. The pitch grounded over to the second baseman, Kirk. Goes to first in time. So far does his job, pitches a clean 1-2-3 frame and leaves the deficit at just 3 runs for his offense. One last chance for Hyannis when we return here on Cape League TV.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops. The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
Top of the ninth at Spillane Field, Ryan Smythe makes one more call to the bullpen to try and pick up the final 3 outs and escape with a win over the Harbor Hawks. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change. And Dan, they go to the 6'7", 210-pound righty out of Arizona State, Finn Edwards.
He has not pitched in 10 days' time for Wareham, but the past 3 appearances for him have been really good. It has been 3 1/3 scoreless, so he is one of the best out of the pen. Has pitched against this Hyannis team before. That was on the 14th in the second game of the season here at home. Went an inning with no hits, no runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So he's been very solid so far this year. Has only given up runs in 2 of his outings. So see how he does here.
Really just a 2-pitch mix for Edwards. Fastball nearly 70% of the time. Slider just a smidge over 30%. And he's set to face the 8-9-1 hitters here in the ninth. Taylor Kirk, Liam Barrett, and Matt Einish. 7-4 game. Gatemen got out to an excellent start. 6 runs in the first 3 innings. Highlighted by a 4 spot in the bottom of the third. Hyannis stormed back, scored 4 unanswered, cut it to 2. And the Gatemen got 1 back in the bottom of the 7th. Wareham 4th game already this month with double-digit hits. Starting to put together much better offensive showings. And today the defense has done its job. No errors in the field. And now Finn Edwards trying to close the door and get the win. First pitch to Taylor Kirk is a fastball outside, 1-0. So Ty Stark's day is done. Goes just 1 inning. Did not allow a hit, just 1 walk. It was a leadoff 5-pitch free pass. Then worked around it to face the minimum. Did not have a strikeout, but a much-needed bounce-back outing for Ty Stark. In the midst of this stretch for Wareham, without an off day, up until the All-Star break, that's next Saturday. 6 games in 6 days. 2-0. High and away.
Interesting spot here for Edwards. Hasn't pitched competitively in 10 days. And obviously you're trying not to put Ty Stark in another position for a blown save after he had back-to-back ones.
3-0. Called a strike, bottom rail. Back to the fastball, Kirk. Thought it was ball 4, started to take his walk down the first base line. Readjust the batting gloves. He's in a 3-1 count, leadoff hitter in the top of the 9th. 3-1. Called strike. So after being behind 3 balls and no strikes, Edwards starts his battle back. Full count on Kirk. Doubled and scored his last time up. That was in the 7th. Edwards collects himself. The payoff. High and away. So after Edwards worked the count full, still issues the walk, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Harbor Hawks.
And that's going to happen when you don't pitch for 10 days and then you're thrown into this type of spot. The misses also were high and away. They weren't really competitive misses on the 4 balls. Just try and find that zone here. You do not want to give the top of the order here for Hyannis a chance.
It's really interesting with Finn Edwards. He's set to face Liam Barrett. Batting in the 9 hole. He's 0 for 3 today. First pitch. Takes a fastball outside corner for a called strike. For Edwards, you mentioned it, Dan, hadn't pitched in 10 days, but still is tied for a team lead in appearances. He's pitched 8 times. The 0-1. Flied out into center. Dubovic drifts in, over towards the gap in left center, and makes the play. 1 out in the top of the 9th. And the lineup card turns over. Now Matt Einish trying to give the Harbor Hawks a spark down to their final 2 outs.
It's really nice stuff right there from Edwards to bounce back after letting up the leadoff walk, not pitching in 10 days' time. Hopefully that gets him into a groove and he can close this one out.
Einish digs in. The runner on first. Kirk being held on by Lira. First pitch fastball, strike 1. Haven't seen a ton of the slider. It's been early and often fastballs for Finn Edwards. Einish 1 for 3 today. The 0-1. Fastball inside. Count evens, a ball and a strike. Einish should have the RBI single in the 5th. It's the most productive offensive inning for Hyannis. 3 spot, top of the 5th. 1-1. High heat, cut on and missed. Wasn't a comfortable swing for Einish, but he's through it for strike 2.
And you can tell he didn't want it. Regretted this swing right after he put it on.
Jax Jimenez is on deck for Hyannis. 1-2, 1 away. Edwards sets, brings it home. Just low. Like the spot. Tried to clip the bottom rail, but instead the count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good job there by Clark to try and frame it, but he did just miss there at the bottom.
The 2 balls in this at-bat have both been right there, just below the zone. Pickoff move over to first. Kirk back safely. 3 stolen bases this summer for Kirk. But right now for Hyannis, can't imagine they'd be too aggressive on the base paths. Trailing by 3 with 1 out in the top of the 9th. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Einish waves and misses at the fastball. And the Harbor Hawks now down to their final out in the top of the 9th with Jax Jimenez set to step to the plate.
And that's just a really nice job. Fastball, middle of the zone, beats him to the spot. Good pitch there from Edwards.
Edwards swing the right hand. Now comes set. Kirk takes off. First pitch tapped foul. Kirk on his way back to first.
I mean, he had a ridiculous lead there at first. And Edwards, no reason to really care about him over there at first. He's not the tying run in this game. But still, probably expect him to go over to second again here.
Well, with 2 outs, Lira not even holding him on. Wareham just wants to play Jimenez straight up. The 0-1. Edwards comes home. Hit on the ground, right side. Sheffield ranging over, through for a base hit. Kirk stays put at second. But with the Harbor Hawks down to their final out, Jimenez goes opposite field and keeps the inning alive. And now the tying run sets a step to the plate with Caden Miller.
They were playing a little bit of a shift there. Lyra and Sheffield were, and Jimenez just does a nice job of finding the hole, and now tying run to the plate.
Miller, designated hitter from UTSA. 3 home runs this summer. First pitch. Fastball outside corner, a cold strike. This Harbor Hawks offense tied for the most home runs in the Cape League with 19. Miller responsible for 3 of those. The 0-1. Out straight back. Miller down to his final strike. We've seen plenty of fastballs from Edwards, but if there's ever a time to go slider, you have to imagine this would be it.
Without a doubt.
Kirk off of second. Jimenez not being held on at first. The 0-2 popped up left side, hooking out a play, and it's not playable. Count remains 0-2. Miller 0 for 3 today. Walked his last time up in the 7th. Edwards readies. The 0-2. Another one spoiled foul. Edwards continuing to pound that outside corner.
Well, and why not throw a breaking pitch here? You're in a no-ball, 2-strike count, and you've thrown just fastballs. Throw a waste pitch here. See if he offers at it.
Next pitch will be Edwards' 20th of the day. Trying to end it. The 0-2. Fought off once again. Back to the fastball for Edwards. Miller stays alive.
Everything's been in the same spot. Top of the zone, fastball.
Trying to make Miller uncomfortable. 2 on, 2 away. Top of the 9th. Edwards comes home. Grounded, right side. This could end it. Sheffield on to first. Picked off by Lyra, and that does it. Finn Edwards comes in, slams the door with the tying run to the plate. A 4-3 putout ends things at Spillane Field, and the Gatemen take it over the Harbor Hawks 7-4 as the light show begins.
Nice job there by Edwards. Close out this game. Get a win that you desperately needed. If you're Wareham, you gain a game in the West Division 2 with this win. Just good stuff all around. I mean, this was really wire to wire. Got that insurance run in the 7th. Did all you could, and you deservedly get the win.
7-4, you see it right there on 10 hits. Gatemen had 6 runs in those first 3 innings, and ultimately that was the difference, the early offensive production.
That it was. They hopped out to a 6-0 lead like you were talking about. Hyannis clawed back, but by the time that they really started to get themselves going, it was too late. So Wareham doing a perfect job of carrying the momentum from yesterday into today, and they get the win.
Gatemen take it back in the win column after a rain out yesterday. We are back tomorrow evening at Bourne. First pitch set for 6 o'clock right here on Cape League TV and the Wareham Gatemen Baseball YouTube channel. Dan Shalam and I will have your call. We look forward to talking to you then. But one last note, this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Wareham gets the job done, 7-4 over Hyannis. I want to give one last thanks to our entire production crew, and thanks to you all for joining us Saturday night. Gatemen take it, and we will talk to you tomorrow night from Doran Park.